and welcome to Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you are not getting the results you are looking for from your digital marketing efforts, this is the podcast for you. And now, here's the host of our show, the local business guy himself, Frank Deming.
Hello, everyone. This is Frank Deming, the local business guy, and welcome to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, everyone. I hope you guys are having a rockin' week thus far. Today, I'm going to have kind of a continuation call. I keep saying call. A continuation episode, from last week's episode. Last week we discussed PPC and the traffic it gets, and I got some data from a publication called Tech Jury, which is a great publication for you guys to check out, especially if you want to start getting traffic from the interwebs, as I like to call it. It gives you some good insights on how lawyers could use technology, especially the big buzz is, chat GPT and all this AI stuff. So, and automation, et cetera, et cetera. So, you can get a lot of data from that. And it's actually cool because you can actually test me out to see if I know what I'm talking about when it comes to technology and stuff like that. So anywho, be that as may, we talked about how PPC ads or PPC advertising is, you can get twice as much traffic to it than SEO. And that is true. That is very, very, very true. However, I am going to now go into another publication that I love to follow. And this publication is not catered specifically just for attorneys, but it's a publication that discusses marketing in general, especially search engine marketing, and that's what we're talking about here, search engine marketing. And it's called a Search Engine Journal. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it. If you're not, look it up. It's a great publication to read about and just study what's going on out there in the search engine world. Anywho, according to this publication, and I read this thing, 49% of marketers, people like me, report that organic search has the best ROI of any marketing channel. And I'm not contradicting what I had said or what I mentioned last week. Au contraire. Remember last week I said we have to couple this PPC with SEO. Why? Because there's a different clientele that you get from SEO that you don't get from PPC. And the reason I said that is because you want to maximize the amount of, you want to truly maximize the amount of leads that you're getting. And all of this is really dependent upon how competitive you are of an area you're in. And then once we understand that, then we'll know what marketing strategy to go. Again, all I said last week was I didn't say anything bad about SEO. All I said was, and this is true, I wouldn't start out with just SEO. I would start out with SEO plus something else that's more aggressive. Typically, in my case, I like pay-per-click marketing. I really enjoy it. It's the best marketing out there. It really does. It works in terms of getting the stuff out there quickly. Now, the bad thing about pay-per-click marketing, and I mentioned this as well last week, is that you get more tire kickers. You get more curiosity seekers, as I like to call them, more so than SEO. SEO, you get more of a better brand of lead. I remember a long time ago, I was doing a lunch and learn. I was going to say seminar, but it wasn't even a seminar. It was just a lunch and learn talk. And one of the things I talked about is, microwave versus the conventional oven. And what I was going for there was that the fact that typically when you put something in a microwave, it gets hot pretty quick, but it also cools down a lot quicker. And the taste of whatever you're eating is not as good versus putting something in a conventional oven. It takes a little longer, but it stays warmer longer, and it tastes just as if you have freshly finished eating it. So that's the difference, okay? Excuse me as I take a sip of water. Sorry about that, guys. I was a little parched there this morning. It's been one of those days. Anyway, I digress. So what I'm trying to say here is that's the comparison from PPC to SEO. And 49% of marketers report that organic search has the best ROI in marketing channel. Now, why is that? And I'm going to explain to you in this episode why that is. Number one, it's more of an increased brand awareness. Organically, you show up in different places. So I don't know if you know this, but a lot of times when you're doing your SEO, the correct way, let's say, you are going to show up even better on social media. You're going to be, more you're going to be in a different position now because your assets are out there in social, not just in social media, but in all different types of blogs, if you will. And if you're doing any kind of stuff with video, you'll show up there as well. Just because you're doing SEO. So brand awareness, you're definitely going to increase when you're doing any kind of organic type of searches. So another thing is you kind of show up and you're more viewed as a thought leader in your space. So if you're doing organic style marketing, you will show up in different publications and view as a thought leader. So let's say your space is, say, family law. Because you're in those type of journals, your brand, your company's brand, are thought leaders for that particular subject of law. Family law, or personal injury, or criminal law, DUI, whatever it is. You can totally do it that way. It also helps you more in attracting the right audience. Here's what I mean. Yes, PPC is going to get you traffic quick, but it's not the right audience. It's not the person really, really looking to do business with you. You can get down to answering the right questions doing SEO and someone finding your blog post or your video or whatever based on the question you asked, and answers everything that you had. That's going to generate the right audience for you versus a curiosity seeker. So that's the difference. It also gives you the competitive edge, doing it this way. And this is why, again, it's just best for your ROI because you have more assets out there on the interwebs. If you're just doing pay-per-click advertising, that's your asset. And remember, when you turn it off, you turn it off. With SEO or anything organic, it's out there forever. Now, is it continually driving traffic to your website? Probably not. Not probably not. It's not. But your assets are there. Your material, your info is still there because it's organic. So for years to come, you can continue benefiting from those blog posts, those video posts, et cetera, or social media posts. Okay. We talked about increase in conversions last week. It's going to increase your conversions because of it. It really depends on how much stuff you put out there, but it should increase your conversions a lot more because you have more data out there than your competitor, and not just PPC stuff. Okay. And I talked a little bit about this already in terms of thought leadership, but this is a different twist to it. You want to become the go-to authority in your niche. Okay. And not just in your niche, but in your local area, in your niche. So I'll give you an example. I have a client of mine who put a video. This was maybe 3 years ago now. Yeah, because the video, now I remember, it was it was right around, it was like a few weeks prior to the pandemic. Now, maybe he got lucky because he did a few weeks before the pandemic and everyone was home, so more people saw it. But he put a video out and he distributed it through different channels. And that video got so many views. He got so busy, he wished he could take the video down. I told him, do not take that video down. I mean, you can, but why would you do it? But he had to pivot, and he figured it out eventually. And, I hired some associates, et cetera, et cetera. So he was growing wildfire just with one video. Again, could have been timing or whatever, but you see the power, because he was considered the authority. And it was just a simple video. It wasn't something fancy that he got from the studio. It was, I believe, one of his colleagues in the office holding the camera or the phone, and him, talking about a particular subject. Now that was something. Again, results aren't typical. Don't think that if you do this, all of a sudden you're going to get a ton of leads. You can, but then again, you may not. It depends on your area, depends on the timing and all that kind of stuff. But that's the power of this. And that's what can build your go-to authority. And that's what he became just with that one video. And the video was no more than 6 minutes long, if I'm not mistaken. So I know it was a little over 5 minutes. So, but it was, and I think it was under 7. So there you go. That's a quick little thing. In terms of how many times he reiterated and all that, I don't know that data, but I know the video itself only took like 6 minutes. Anyway, so it's also when you do organic stuff, including social media and everything, it actually gives you the opportunity to build long-lasting relationship with clients and your potential partners. But what I mean by potential partners, like if you're going out there hiring, if you want to hire some partners or associates or something like that, it gives you that long lasting relationship with them because they get to see you, they know you, and they want to work with you, or they want to be a part of your firm, whatever the case is. That's what this type of marketing does for you when you build your authority within your niche. One of the things that we find also is that with organic data, organic traffic, we can actually have us as marketers can, and we'll show you the right digital marketing agency should show you what we're doing. It could be behind the scenes, but we should be able to show you, hey, here's where your data is coming from. This is how we break down the data. If you're interested in that stuff. If you're not, that's fine. We won't ram it down your throat. But here's the deal. With this type of marketing, we have in-depth insights and analytics about your website visitors. We get to see trends of how, not so much how they get into your site, but what they're doing when they get to the site, what pages they bounce in and out of. That gives us an indication of how interested they are. And we can actually show you the path, like, the the path, how they got to you. Like, let's say it was a blog post, and then they went from that blog post to the about page, and then from the about page to the home page, then from the home page to the contact page. That whole thing tells a beautiful story of who this person is. Beautiful story. And you can do that with organic. You can't do that so much with pay-per-click. Not so much. You can't do that at all with pay-per-click, because most of the time pay-per-click is just for the call. Give us a call today. Boom. That's it. But if you could organically capture that data, that's a beautiful thing. And that really what I'm talking about there is engaged visitors. That's an engaged video. We're seeking engaged visitors when we're doing a proper SEO campaign. Now, why did I say that has the best ROI for your marketing channel, from any marketing channel? Here's the bottom line. Notice what I just said. This person went to your website, went here, went there. We don't really know how often that person went to your website and how often they clicked till the cows went home. It doesn't cost you any more money whether they do it today, 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. Doesn't matter. That first click is nothing. You pay an SEO agency one time per month, each month. And they, if they're doing it correctly, they can deliver umpteen visitors to your site for that same price. That's where your ROI marketing dollars are going. Now, can you do the same thing with social media? No, you can't. Social posts, you can't organically trace back, oh, this lead came from a social post. Now, as a result of of good SEO, you can trace back that person was then engaged and went to a social media page, maybe because you referenced it on a post, or maybe they went on your website and they said, oh, let me see what they do on social media. But the way they got to you was nothing about social media. The way they got to you was through SEO. So that is why 49% of marketers report that organic search has the best ROI from any marketing channel. Why? We do a plethora of different types of marketing strategies. And we know that this is going to give you the best bang for your buck. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys got a lot out of it. And not only that, if you guys really, really are not, if you're not seeing the return on investment on SEO, give us a call, 888-416-7752, or send us an email at info@lbmsllc.com. I'd love to take a look at your marketing. I'd love to see how, what's going on. Or if you don't want to give us a call, just go to my website, lbmsllc.com. Go to the top right corner, free online report. Click on that button, download your free online report. That's going to tell you the story of where you are from an organic standpoint or any marketing standpoint. So that's what that's all about. So if that's something that you really want to look into and want to improve your ROI, if you're not getting an ROI with your online marketing, just go over to the website, download that online report, and rock and roll from there. So that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you got a lot out of it. If you did, please share it with anyone that you think can benefit from it. And until next week, this has been Frank Deming, the local business guy. Take care and bye for now. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. Don't forget, any links that were mentioned during the broadcast will be available to you in the show notes, so be sure to grab them while you have the chance. Incidentally, if you have any topics that you would like for us to discuss on the show, Be sure to send an email to the email provided in the show notes, or click the Contact Us link and let us know what topic you would like us to help you with, and we'll be sure to add it to our schedule. If you would like for Frank and his team to look at your digital marketing presence and give you a free evaluation, simply click the Request a Free Consultation link in the show notes to get a hold of them. That being said, until our next episode, make it a successful digital marketing day. Peace out.